What's up, y'all? It's your boy Spank Horton here, and I'm not alone. Yeah, I always got people with me. Yeah. You are at the Underground Lounge. Make sure you subscribe, like, and follow, because we podcasters now. But I'm not here by myself, though. I got my co-host, my guy Lou Williams, in the house. Make some noise for my guy Lou Will. I thought he was going to say something, then I was going to introduce the other people.
We lit?
Yeah, we lit.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
Is this mic on?
I'm thinking of an intro. You done introed already. Let me stop thinking. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, we live.
Howdy, partner.
Holly back, Brittney back. What's up, my brother? How you
What's up
doing?
with you? I'm good, man. Shouts out to Holly and Britt. They back, man. I don't know why they back.
I love that you guys invite us here.
This might be.
You feel so
know
welcoming.
it's needed.
This Lou idea. It's not mine. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now.
So, after hours in the lounge, I know the vibe feels different, and it's like that intentionally because every once in a while, we got to stop for a second and we got to have some real conversations, and we kind of got to get a vibe check, get a temperature check, see how we feeling, how we vibing since the last time we met. Donald Trump has been elected as the 47th president of the United States, and our emotions is all over the place about it. You know, we got a lot of different opinions, man. So, how we feeling? What's the
What do we call them?
What's our initial?
They usually give them a number. But
47.
47.
Yeah, but it was 45 too. So do we?
47 this time?
So ain't no more 45?
Hey, not,
Just
Well,
straight
now it's
47?
47.
yeah, that's
We needed
for
that
lack of a
little
better
4-year
word,
break.
it's an upgrade.
I was gonna say 45, 47. That's what they call
45,
it.
47.
Like Mike Epps in his movie.
How we Britt, I'll start with you.
38.
I just throw it out to the 45, 47.
45, 47.
I just throw it out to you, Britt.
Why? Because I'm the
Take
half-breed?
lead.
No, I'm
Take
kidding.
lead. Yeah, because your people.
Your people.
Because it's your people.
Was the reason? No, I'm kidding.
So let's look. So let's start.
So
let's
how do you
start
feel
there.
about
Let's start there. The narrative
black
came out.
Mexican.
Right. The
Yeah.
narrative came out that, like even on social media, is women upset. They're blaming black men. Is black men? Is black people in general out there that's blaming black women? The reality is, we actually showed up and showed out.
We showed out.
You know, 17% of the U.S. population is African Americans, and 80% of them voted.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us, yeah, for sure. We stood up for ourselves, you know,
sure.
however we felt about certain issues, and everybody showed up, but we still have that narrative like black men hate black women. So I just wanna ask you, I asked you a general statement. How do you feel about Donald Trump getting elected, and how does that affect you personally in the life that you live?
I mean, Donald Trump being elected is just insane because, one, as everybody knows, this man is a felon. And from what
What do you do?
Oh,
Shit, what
he
he
got
didn't do.
34
I know. I'm messing with you.
counts on his
Okay.
ass right
Yeah,
now.
34.
You know what I'm saying?
2
So
impeachments.
that is just crazy because there was a time where felons couldn't even vote.
Right,
So it's like, how can a person run for president that was also impeached as well?
Twice.
right.
So that, how I feel about it is just how that man is. Like, he doesn't care about whatever he can say. He doesn't care about women's rights. He doesn't care about anything else that's up besides his color, of course, besides orange. And it's
But he
just,
said, I care about this white skin. Remember we was talking about this white skin on
He
the
said he
beach?
had beautiful white skin.
Yeah, beautiful
yeah,
white
so
skin.
that's all he cares about from what he keeps
Beautiful.
on saying. Even from that, I think that was like one of his rallies. Like, he had someone speaking for him, and they had so many disrespectful things to say, even starting off with Puerto Rico. So it's like,
Did
to
he
me,
say,
The comedian
he's a
that was
comedian,
the
yeah.
comedian that they used for one of his last rallies in Madison Square Garden went up and
Yes.
said Puerto Rico was a floating island of trash.
Yes.
He went on to say it was
I
a
found
black
that very
guy.
disrespectful.
Yeah,
course,
he said it was a
exactly.
black guy in the crowd. He pointed him out and said they're gonna carve watermelons for Halloween.
I got a question though. Why watermelon is so like a stereotype for black
Associate.
people? Yeah.
I mean, that all revolts back to slavery.
like picking watermelons.
Yeah, everything revolts back to
I
slavery.
was told something different.
What?
What's that?
They told me when they released the slaves, right, when we got free.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm being dead ass right now.
We don't know.
When the-
I gotta ask.
I think I'm being dead ass. We gonna see. When the slaves got released, you know what I'm saying? They ain't had no jobs or nothing. So what they did was they grew watermelon, sold it on the side of the road, was making money. That's how they was making money.
That all
So
back to slavery.
yeah, and that's how white people started, you know what I'm
Associating us with
associating
watermelon.
Shit. So in a way, it was a good thing. That's how we started. We were
Still
selling
has a
that way
negative
before packs.
connotation to
It's
it,
not a
though.
good thing.
We were
It's not
selling
a good
watermelons
thing.
before packs. You know
At
what
the
I'm
end of the
saying?
day, it's still very disrespectful. You know what I'm
Very.
saying? So it's like just a person that only cares about a certain tax bracket. He does not care about anything else but a certain tax bracket. Donald Trump is a businessman.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about is money. And he gonna do whatever he has to do to keep his money, to take money from others, and to literally stay out of jail.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like he doesn't care about women's rights. I don't understand how, because he has a daughter and a wife.
Yeah, but he said he would date his daughter, so he.
All I'm
that
saying is
he
it's just
Yeah, like-
scary.
stated that.
It's just
He's a weird.
scary.
He's a weird individual. I
That
guess.
was that, and that's my issue with Donald Trump. Like, we can talk about policy as much as we want from both sides, just from a common sense place. Like, none of us are perfect, right?
Right.
But he ran a campaign on hate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and he
He
ignite.
monetized off of it.
He monetized all of these groups of people that I'm like, he been a billionaire his whole life. He don't represent y'all. But he found a base of people that he can talk to directly that he knew would get behind him being more of a personality than somebody that
'Cause he's
represented
a
actual change.
TV
And
reality.
as collectively as a country, we were so tired of, the same rhetoric over and over and over. When he came in, he just said all the shit that we would say if we were in office. And then it was like, all right, that's cool, but like, now what? And so from his first campaign to this second campaign, 34 felony counts, 1 conviction,
Which
2
a crazy
impeachments,
conviction if you really think about it.
2 pending. He got sexual abuse on his name from certain allegedly alleged accounts of rape on his name.
Right.
We've watched him in real time say some of the most hateful and dangerous shit when it comes to black men in the world, and it translated out. When he ran his first campaign, he said, "Yo, police, when y'all arrest them, rough them up a little bit, bang their heads, do this and that," and they literally went out and
did it.
policed us in that fashion. So for me, before we even get into policies, what he can do for black people, white people, Latinos, this and that, his first campaign is the first time in my life I've literally felt unsafe in this country.
Absolutely.
I was terrified of police. I didn't want any interactions with anybody of any type of authority, because I didn't know how that interaction would go based on simply the skin of my color and the message that you're putting out there that these people are protected and safe. Think about how much we marched, how much we protested.
Y'all march?
I supported them.
I ain't go out there. I support them. I ain't go out there.
But
But you don't have to physically do that. in
Your
order
ass
to
probably
be
put that black
participant of
square
it.
on your Instagram
Yeah,
or
sure
something
did.
Oh
like
yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. I did
You
that. I
you
did that.
protested.
Okay, all right. All right.
protested.
Something along
Yeah.
those
I wasn't doing
lines.
that walking.
You know what I'm saying? He
Belt
protested.
to
I
But
was cool on all that tear gas and all that. I said,
Not
I don't
really my
think-
speed.
I don't think that's for me right there. Let's let the foot soldiers go out there and
But he
handle that.
incited
I
every,
mean,
he
you are
incited
kinda tall.
everybody.
You would have got everything up there.
no, I
You
wouldn't
would
get-
have
So
got everything.
this campaign, he's went out and said, "I'm gonna arrest my political opponents. I'm gonna arrest journalists and columnists that speak out against me.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, if y'all elect me, y'all will never have to vote again."
Vote again, yeah.
Like he's telling us all of this shit in real time, in 4K, and for whatever reason, we felt like as a country that wasn't enough. Whether it come down to women's rights and all of that type of stuff, and I asked you, Holly, about women's rights and how some of his rhetoric affects you. Not saying
Oh no,
I'm
but
not
it does
saying that.
affect. It does affect me. It affects everything that I stand for as a woman. I feel like the type of person that Donald Trump is not the type of person that anybody should want running the country, just by character alone. Just that in itself, regardless of what he may do for the country economy, you know what I mean? But other than that, his character is so flawed. Why would you want that to be a distinct person to, represent us as a whole? People, my parents don't live, well, my father doesn't live in the United States for these particular reasons in itself, because he's watched our economy decline, and he said to me once, I spoke to him this morning, and he was like, yeah, Donald Trump is now your guys' president. How do you feel about it? And for somebody that's not, I would say I'm not a political person in any way, shape, or form, but I think with this election, especially listening to the differences that Kamala stood for and what Donald Trump stood for, it made me interested. Yeah. And I think one of the main reasons was the ban on abortions and stuff like that. That resonated with me because I know people that have had that issue, and that is always going to be an issue in our economy, because the fact that they're basically saying you can get raped by somebody and you can't get an abortion if you end up pregnant, then you have to just live with that. And you don't know what that can do on somebody's mental, you know what I mean? That all that stuff kind of plays out. And that in itself, somebody that's deeming that as this is the right to human beings. You're canceling somebody's right if you have an abortion. No, you're canceling somebody's whole entire life if you allow that. You know what I mean? Like,
is this the first time that we've had a candidate? Well, this is the second time that has excited. Like, he's made it literally dangerous, and it's just evil. Yeah. Like, it's just tension. Like, today he's elected president, and I went into the office today, and I felt tension. Yes. Like, it's
making people feel superior.
I felt angry. I felt sad. I felt he provokes real emotion, right. and with that comes real consequences. Like, we've seen it, bro, down to the point of how he managed COVID. This motherfucker said, inject bleach in your veins. That might cure COVID. No, and
he was serious, though. That's the
dead
thing.
Fucking serious. Yeah. And as a result, and again, we just having a conversation as citizens. We not political pundits. We not finna say all of this shit correctly. Yeah. We are citizens. We have the right to have a fucking opinion about what goes on. The guy that we put back in charge told us to inject bleach in our veins,
and he was serious.
And as a result, 1 million people died.
Shit's crazy.
They did the bleach?
But how he managed coronavirus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 1 million people died under your watch because you didn't take this shit nearly as serious as we needed you to. Yeah. Like, I've seen people that's close to him publicly say, like, real estate wise, he's a genius. Yeah. Everything else, he don't know what the fuck is going on.
He has no political he didn't have a political background.
Yeah, like, at all. He literally told everybody to freaking charge the White House because he lost.
Yeah.
Charge the Capitol, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
No, but see, even that, I thought when that happened,
I thought it was a wrap.
I'm like, yo, it's no way they're gonna allow him to run again because he literally told them folks, yo, we gonna overturn this shit. Run to the Capitol. I'll meet y'all. He said, I will meet y'all there.
But he even said that this could end in a bloodbath if he didn't win this last election.
And absolutely.
Honestly, the fact that you're putting that out in the world, you're antagonizing people to act in a disorderly way if it doesn't go your way. And that speaks volumes, and that's very telling of the type of people that voted for him, very telling of who he stands for, is that you act out in rage if you don't win. Kamala got on stage and gave him his graces and said, it doesn't end here. I'm not, the fight doesn't end here. Regardless of the next 4 years, this is not going to stop for me. Right. On his end, that wasn't the first thing he said. He told everybody to come storm the motherfucking White House. Are you crazy? And they did. They didn't. It wasn't even a second thought.
And lives were
lost. He has like trolls. He has just a little community of people that will literally do whatever he says.
It's a cult-like following.
So many people have been just revealed of who they truly were, who they're hiding from, based off of who this president. Like, some people they feel how they feel, but because they want to protect themselves and they want to protect, not being looked at a certain way, right, they're not gonna do it. Yeah. They're not gonna say anything. Yeah. But because he says it, then they feel protected. They're like, oh yeah, finally someone's speaking up. Now I can say it.
White people feel superior.
No, it does. No, that's really what it is.
How do y'all feel about black people voting for? Because there's a lot of black Republicans out there.
It's confusion.
I know some, but I also look at the backgrounds of people, and like, okay, I'm put my business out there. I have family members that voted for Trump. They're in the military. So I think their standpoint and their viewpoint is completely different than mine. You know what I mean? And this in particular person educated themselves on all the policies that helped and were benefit to the military aspect of it. So I didn't argue with this person about this person is misogynistic, he's racist, he's sexist. I could say all those things, but once you pinpoint all of the things that he, is benefiting with your branch of military, then it's like, okay, I can see why you're giving this man your vote, because those things matter to you. Yeah. These things matter to me. I don't feel like I'm one of those people just because you voted for Trump or just because you voted for Kamala, I'm going to look at you any differently. It does kind of make me wonder why, but then if you give me a list or a breakdown of why you did it, then I can be like,
that's why I wanted to ask y'all, and I opened it up for the room. Is this the first candidate that we've had that literally make you judge the people that support a candidate one way or another?
Yes.
I think all the Republicans, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, because his business is out on the street. If Barack Obama had won the presidency and then 4 years into his presidency ran again and he had 34 counts.
No chance.
There would be no way in hell that he would be able to be elected.
With
again.
the shit that Donald Trump got going on, that motherfucker couldn't work at McDonald's.
Exactly. My point. And he couldn't, convicted. You're a convicted felon.
I was thinking, and I'm an athlete. I was in the NBA for 17 years. And I'm looking at the, you know,
17. I was only in like 12.
You know, Unc seen a lot. Mr. Lou these days, Mr. Lou K. But anyway, man, when I look at some of the things that he say, how he carry himself, the things that's on his official record, whether it's felonies, this and that, being arrested, like again. This is our president. He got 2 pending cases. That motherfucker got to go to court about that shit. Now, granted,
Department of Justice about to.
No, that's why I say now. Granted, he got all his people in position. That shit, case is gonna be dismissed immediately. We know that much. But it's like, damn, bro, you probably couldn't even play in the NBA with that record.
No, not
like,
at all.
You can't do.
Could you imagine if?
You can't vote if you're a felon, right?
Switch Donald Trump's name to
Some
LeBron
states you
James.
Can. Some
states you can.
Yeah.
You know, but
the
some of the
convicted, so
but some of the shit that's on his name, on his record, that he's accused of, that's allegedly happened. You can't have some regular 9-to-5 jobs, let alone run one of the freest nations in the world.
Right.
And that makes me question, what the fuck are we doing
as a country?
Yeah. As a country,
because they don't want a woman in office. They just there are men that literally cannot stand to see a woman,
let alone a black one.
Yeah.
Yes,
Indian, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. Like
Ari and I were talking about this too. Hillary had all the components to be in office and was not, and it would not go down.
Hillary
that's why there were
shit.
so many other people, and that's why I feel like, you know, like I can say this right now. That's why it was so frustrating for me being like an Afro-Latina. Like why are Latinos really Afro-Latina?
Why African was aggressive? African, Latina.
Afro-Latina.
I don't like how she spiced up Latina, but not the African part. I don't like that.
Afro. You want to be like African?
Hey, Spank. She said Afro in regular fonts and Latina.
There's nothing italicized. Do you want me to say it?
She put the Latina in cursive.
Right, I'm saying, come on, man.
Do you want me to say it?
Anyway, like you were saying,
Afro-Latina. Is that better?
Thank
you. A little better. We'll take that.
Mommy.
We'll take that.
Like, it's honestly because I know just how some Latino men think. They're like they just can't stand seeing a woman just being superior than them. So that
goes.
And it literally, it's like this person will literally talk about deporting your family members that are not legal, but yet you'll vote for him. He'll literally put you.
He said he getting them out on the first day in. Them motherfuckers gone out of here.
Yes, they're like to pack your bags.
Gone.
To pack your bags. But yet you will vote for this man.
Yeah.
No, they're the illegal ones though. He kicking out the illegal ones.
Think about it. Not everybody in your family is legal.
Right.
Oh, what?
Everybody in my family is legal though. Just want to put that.
Hey, but look, I want my cousin to speak to that because he had a unique perspective. Because as someone who's born and raised in California, and having a background and upbringing with dealing with Latinos, Mexicans of the sort. And like his background, cuz speak to that, why you felt like the Latinos, we felt like they were gonna vote Kamala, but instead they went with Trump, and how does that reflect your background?
The women did, the men didn't, by the way.
Yeah, I get, yeah, it's on. I was just saying I wasn't surprised by the turnout of the Latino men that voted for Trump. Growing up in the Bay, LA, you know, there's heavy Latinos, blacks, just as minorities, it's always like they don't always get along. Let's just say that. They're not always pulling in the
There's
same
a division,
direction.
for sure.
There's a division.
Right.
Who's had it worse, or who's trying to get on top, or we have these benefits, or you guys have more than us. So it's always been kind of like a weird kind of dynamic and dichotomy to that, where one, to what Elena was saying, like in terms of the men like not wanting a woman, whether it was black, non-black, whatever, that's part of it. And then also with the black side, like I just feel that a lot of times, because there was that dissension between those communities and minorities, that it was just like, nah, not her. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's like y'all are cool, like we all minorities, but like we really kind of want to assimilate to be more with the affluent party or the affluent voters.
Right.
And we don't really want to identify as like the minority with this group over here.
Because we spoke about, like, when we started talking about immigration, like, we're gonna build a wall.
Who's gonna build it?
But not
they're
only
the
that,
only
but
immigrants coming in.
Who is gonna build it though?
but
they have some people build a little bit of it.
immigration flows way farther than Mexico,
Right.
and we never consider that thought of immigration goes way farther than you building a wall. These motherfuckers is getting on planes, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not gonna stop anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, straight up.
Can we do the pros and cons if we had a woman president? Like, what's the pros of a woman can lead
But
this
the
country?
thing is, why does it have to be delivered in that type of way? Why does it have to be? You're talking
woman.
about somebody that has a
Because
political
it's never been
background,
done before.
who's worked in multiple branches.
Because it's never been done before.
But this is the thing: if you're talking about somebody that has a political background and then doesn't have a political background, you can be
Spank.
overly qualified and still not get the fucking job. That just shows you where we are as a country.
But that's been like that. It has nothing to do even with presidency. That's literally in freaking the corporate world and everywhere. We
Sure.
talked about that last time.
For sure.
Where it's like a
Hold
look.
on now. Let's get back to the Kamala pros and cons thing.
Yeah,
right?
let's.
okay,
I want to show this thing. I want to show this thing really quick.
Go ahead.
Which one of these 4 candidate qualities mattered most deciding how you voted for president, right? Has the ability to lead 30% of voters. It said 34% Kamala, 65% Orange Man. Cares about people like me. 74% voted Kamala, 24% the other person. Has good judgment. 82% voted Kamala, 16% that man. Can bring needed change. They put 25% Kamala and 73% that idiot.
Because everyone is believing the propaganda.
And you thinking
Propaganda
from a
holds-
common sense place.
Propaganda holds so much weight, especially in this election. You can see it. There's so many people that put money towards Trump's campaign. That, you know what I mean? Like, I just saw that, I saw earlier on Twitter basically saying that Elon Musk was giving almost $1 million.
No, he was. He was giving out $1 million a day.
A day for propaganda
so,
toward Trump,
so
right?
what he did was basically he started his own lottery for Trump. Like, you vote for Trump, you are qualifying yourself for this $1 million
Insanity.
lottery,
shit.
and he was giving out $1 million.
Oh, for this election right here?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I didn't know
And
that.
did it.
Damn.
No, yeah. No, and did it. And
That
did
is
it. Spank.
bribing. That is
No,
bribing.
and did it.
Missed out on $1 million. You
No,
telling me?
he did it. If you voted for Trump, you qualified for this lottery, and he was selecting states. But to your point, Britt, you know, we get wrapped up in our worlds and our bubbles, you know, our culture and what we know. Y'all got to understand, man, there's so many different places in this country that we are not represented.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That is still, like, I live in Georgia, right? Atlanta has Atlanta is known for being black. Metro Atlanta is known for being black. Black Hollywood, Wakanda, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. When you get outside of Metro Atlanta,
Right.
we are for sure a white state. And by the way, a very much Confederate state.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when you get into them, I live 45 minutes to an hour outside of the city, and depending on whether I go left or right off of my street, I might run into some Confederate energy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
sure,
And so
for sure.
when you get into these pockets of the country, that resonates with people, and he found a way to ignite them, good, bad, indifferent, ugly, however. And those are the people that showed up and voted for him.
Absolutely.
And, you know, as far as Kamala go, like, Donald he's dominating this conversation right now, but, you know, give Kamala her flowers and give her criticisms. Like, everything that we learned about her, mind you, we learned it on the fly.
Right.
She ran this campaign over, a little bit over 100 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3.5. You can date somebody for 3.5 months.
And
you don't know
still
who
not know them.
you still don't know who you're
Exactly.
dating. You still don't know who you're dealing with.
I think we also live in a world where there was already a negative connotation about her. You know what I mean? Everyone wanted to go based off of, oh, she put 1,000 men in behind bars.
That was a lie.
That was a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
If you took the time that you go on Twitter to, go and look up, you
Retweets,
can
you
go
can
research and see that was not true.
I think only like 2 or 3 people got locked up.
No,
like
she only within her 4
4.
years,
4 people.
it was 45 people convicted in those her term where she was.
But went to jail was only like 3 or 4 people.
Exactly, my point. But the rumor was thousands of black men locked up. You know what I mean? Behind
because she was
bars
a prosecutor.
because of her.
But
Yeah.
she was a white
prosecutor.
collar crime prosecutor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't even in
And
the
she got
street.
them niggas off the street, put them in jail. Some of them needed to be.
All right. Look, ain't never gonna win that, Holly. You never gonna win that one. But again, I don't think we had adequate enough time to really get to know our candidate.
Right.
Yeah.
I think she did everything she could in her power. I think the one thing that she did that worked against her was because she was on borrowed time, because it took Biden so long to say, maybe.
I think that was all set up though, in my opinion.
She shot for
What?
the stars. That's why you seen Oprah come out. That's why you seen Beyonce come
Beyonce
out.
and all them,
That's
yeah.
why you seen so many of our entertainers and influencers come out, to the point where it was like, well, what about the regular middle class person?
Right.
And I felt like because she was on borrowed time, she shot for the stars, and it kind of backfired. Because a lot of those people like, well, Beyonce, and because y'all know how we get.
Right.
When we see somebody with light skin, we give ourselves the third degree instead of giving it the benefit of the doubt. When on the flip side, I don't want to make this about race, but this shit is about race. On the flip side, whatever they got going on, we rolling. We'll figure it out at the finish line.
yeah.
We not like that. We trying to figure out, why
And
she in the
but
race?
See, that's annoying
Why?
because
And that's how we are.
Other ethnicities don't think that way. Other ethnicities they see a white candidate and a black candidate, they're gonna go for the white candidate.
Right.
It doesn't stand like that for, unfortunately, us black people. You have to question and you have to now. You
But
need to
let's be
lift
real.
up-
But let's.
We did it for Obama.
I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
To an extent.
But hold up, though.
Well,
But hold
no
up.
extent.
Because
Hold
he
up.
was a man.
Give credit where it's due, though, Spank.
Had he not been a man, it wouldn't be that situation. Now
Yeah.
you have to have the full dictation of what can you do? What are you gonna do that's different? There's thousands of things that she's gonna do that's different than Donald Trump had put in place already. Mind you, he was already showed us his capabilities
Well,
as a president.
When said and done, we showed up. We
Right.
got to give ourselves
Absolutely.
the credit.
It's a beautiful thing.
80% of our people showed up. What we didn't
And
have,
80% did for Biden.
yeah.
4 years
So
ago.
what we didn't have,
15
what we
million
didn't
didn't,
have
though.
that would have worked for her is it wasn't enough time for her to swing
Enough
the middle
people,
class,
yeah.
the middle class white woman that's gonna vote next to her husband. You got to think, yes, abortion is a big thing. Transgenders in sports and all of those things, they are big things. But when you're talking about married women, housewives, they're gonna vote with their husbands because whatever tax break he get,
Right.
whatever thing that benefits him, it benefits our
benefits us.
household.
Our
So a
household,
lot of
yeah.
those votes were 2 for 1
Right.
in the houses. So we gotta give ourselves some credit and give ourselves some grace.
Right.
We talk about being so hard on ourselves. 80% of us showed up.
Yeah.
That alone shows we were dedicated to it.
To
We
change.
were committed.
Yeah.
And we did our small part. We are still a minority. So whether we did it at a high number or at a low number, we're still the minority.
We 14%?
Yeah, we needed an ally. Like
Yeah.
we would have loved for 90% of our people to show up, but 80 is a great benchmark for us. I want us to get to a place where instead of being so divisive, instead of worrying about shit that's a non-issue, like who gives a fuck the lady has got some Indian in her family. We all claim some Indian.
Right.
All of us claim Indian.
I told you need the 23andMe. You got some Indian for
everybody.
sure.
You got good hair. I got Indian in my family.
Creole.
I'm all nigga though. I'm all nigga though.
You do got good little texture.
We got eyeball
It's a
that.
Good grade
I'm all nigga
We
though.
got eyeball that space.
It's
we got eyeball
giving
that.
Cherokee, Navajo, something like that.
But think about how much time we spent.
Hey man, we talking about the election, y'all. Let's stay on topic, all right?
Hey,
I thought we were.
But Britt, but think about how much time we spent on that.
Yeah.
That's a non-issue. Like We should have been down for the cause. And listen, like the other side, and I hate this. I'm gonna get some shit for saying the other side, but it's like they don't worry about those type of benchmarks.
Right.
We chop our.
I didn't care what kind of white Donald Trump was.
No, they don't
Yeah,
give a
they
fuck.
don't care.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
They're not worried about the.
All they worried about is their moolah, dinero. Okay,
That's what it came down to.
And now the middle class about to get 10x.
And that's what annoys me when I think about like how the propaganda. Oh, we got rich when Donald Trump was in office, and that was during a pandemic. That was during a period of time
A couple
where
1,500 today. Hype
yeah,
about
but
that.
guess what? That wasn't even from That wasn't
It
from
wasn't even
President
from him.
Trump.
It
That
wasn't.
was from
People don't know.
Obama's.
That's because they don't do their research.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Unless you talking about PPP though. PPP.
And guess what? Them
It's
PPP
a
niggas
lot
is
of
getting
them
locked
motherfuckers
up
chain
too
gang.
right now.
They is?
They get
Yes, they're
locked
going
Three
to
hots in the
jail.
cot.
They
A
not
lot of them.
They got a
Yeah.
list up?
And they still getting locked up.
They got a
Yeah,
list?
So that's the thing.
They
Yeah,
still-
I seen your last
what's
name.
the
They
list?
using a Horton.
So still getting banked.
I got a couple PPPs. I got a business though. I got
The
a
way
business
that
though.
he was able to,
My shit legit though.
the way that he was able to trick people into thinking that he was some heavy influence, and that's the reason why y'all got paid. And a lot of people that I know, I had a conversation a few nights ago with some black men, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm voting for Trump because I'm gonna make money under Trump." Nigga, you are not even in that tax bracket to make money with Trump. What are you talking about?
It's funny as hell.
You not.
Double jinx.
You're not. You're not. And it's not something to
My
be
man, you make
ashamed
30
of.
grand at Mickey D's. You ain't getting your
Like,
tax
come
cut up.
on now. Like he's not he's not a representation for the common day folk. That's
Right.
that. Neither is Kamala, but in the sense of who he is as a person and what he stands for, and the way that people were so easily persuaded because they think that they're gonna get rich now that he is a president. We're not in a pandemic anymore. The world is not, the world is suffering, but we're not suffering from something that's shutting down the whole entire economy. And there's a reason why we were getting those $1,500 stimulus checks. You know what I mean?
And
That's not happening this term.
Suffering. The home, like literally, there's so many things that's just gonna get even more worse. It's literally gonna be like freaking The Purge.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so sad, and it's gonna be so
But
scary.
I'm
think that's gonna
optimistic.
happen, The Purge,
I
for real?
don't think it's gonna be. I think people just also have to have
I
faith
think we've
in
seen
like.
it already.
Huh?
Do we not forget what the fuck the pandemic from 2020 to 2022 looked like?
Right.
That shit
2023.
was the purge.
And
Yeah.
then it was definitely the
the
purge.
They
We
was on
were-
Melrose breaking in
we were
buildings.
literally
Shout out
in
to them.
danger.
YNs, because them YNs.
We
was-
really we
they
saw
was.
it.
It was
We
snatching
seen
and
this
grabbing.
movie before. That's why I'm confused about us collectively as a country. We saw this movie before.
Right.
We see people literally get killed. We seen black people literally get their asses beat. We seen y'all January
pardoned
6th
the police.
run to the fucking Capitol and get real time. We seen it. How can you get behind that shit about some money that's not even gonna trickle down to you?
It's never gonna get to you.
Have y'all seen the mass texts that were going out?
No. Oh yes, the slavery.
Yeah, she was blowing me up. Shout out to Kamala.
They were sending mass texts out. This shit like just went viral. Everybody's getting texts saying what zone you're gonna be in for slavery.
Oh, I ain't see that.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
I ain't see
I
that.
volunteer tribute. I would like.
It says greetings from this elected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 12 a.m. November 13th sharp with your belongings. Our executive slaves will come get you on a bus. Be prepared to be searched down. Once you enter the plantation, you are in plantation booty.
See,
It's thousands of people.
Well,
but that is
which one you pick?
That's.
You ain't pick one?
I think you would be a house slave. Oh, you were gonna say you'd be a house slave. You would. I'm on the
She
verge.
got that-
I wouldn't
she got a
mind
house-
being
she
outside.
inside.
She got that white in there. She got a little white in there. But again, no.
Damn, I'm
nobody-
outside, huh?
You're outside in the field,
But what,
in the back.
what are we doing, USA?
Like, that's crazy.
Nobody else has made people so comfortable with saying
Some shit
or
like that.
inciting the type of people that would say some bullshit like that.
That's crazy.
And they feel comfortable in that.
Mm-hmm.
They feel
Welcome
at
to
home
America.
living in their skin based on you being the president elect.
Right.
How the fuck can we go back to that?
Luckily, we know how fast 4 years can go. Hopefully, that we don't allow this to be the ending of all.
It depends on
things.
how you want to do your time.
I'm outside.
No. Personally, I just think that there's nothing that we can do to change it.
No, we can't. But there's nothing we can do to
we
change
can't
it.
do anything to change it. All we can just do is just
Vote
be
locally.
realistic.
That's where we need to
be
stand in.
optimistic, be positive, and just watch your backs. You just don't let anything. Don't
be triggered, because I feel like
can't
this
be
is gonna be
positive.
those easy triggers.
I can't be positive because, again, what the fuck I look like going to see a movie for the second time and expecting the ending to be different.
Yeah.
I saw this movie already. I know how it go. Today, he's not even a president-elect. Today, his press secretary has already announced, by the way, this is Wednesday. This shit happened Tuesday. Whenever this drop, today is Wednesday. November 6th. Today, his press secretary said their first order of business is mass deportation.
They want to get you.
It ain't about no money. It ain't about stimulating the economy. It ain't about getting us into anything that's gonna be worthwhile for the American people. Your first line of business is mass deportation.
I got a question. Can I play devil's advocate and this will be the last one?
Let's hear it, Spank.
What, like, the illegal immigrants, kicking them out, what is that going to do, like, to the...
It's gonna be
Who is gonna build your houses?
Huh?
Don't stop saying that.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
You said the illegal immigrants, right?
Yes.
Who do you think they hire? Who do you think they hire? What? You can't say that?
I might as well say, who gonna clean my house? Now, you can't say that.
Why
man.
can't you say that?
Because
I'm confused. You can't say
Realistically, I understand what y'all saying, but realistically, they do.
Is that not the reality of the
hire a lot of the
situation?
illegal immigrants
that
to
is
handle.
absolutely not the reality.
It's not the reality.
I know Home Depot gonna be but I can't say that.
Okay, so.
But no, I'm saying, like,
Okay, realistically.
Yes.
Like, ask the question.
Realistically.
The immigrants getting kicked out of the country, what bad is that doing to the country?
A lot.
I want to hear.
But I can't say what I said.
No, I'll try to say it a little bit more eloquently.
Yeah, come on.
So there are a lot of job opportunities out there that we simply just don't want to touch. So if you're
is those the black jobs that Trump was talking about?
No, the jobs that people don't want to do that they can't.
Yeah.
That,
The labor jobs.
The labor jobs.
So if you're somebody brought it to my attention. I don't know if you want to be highlighted for this information, but you know, if you're working in food delivery or customer service, a lot of those jobs, a lot of those people that's delivering and doing those jobs are immigrants, some illegal, some legal.
Yep.
That'll be a gap that'll personally affect us, our Postmate drivers and this and that of the sort. Think about some of the labor. Now, you made it about everybody.
See, but when I was saying that,
What I'm
thinking
saying
of,
is that company is gonna be legal, but he may have some extra help with some people. There may just some of the jobs that you got to get your hands a little dirtier when you're trying to just cultural jobs where you're just trying to
be
make
okay with getting paid $10 an hour. That's where it comes down to as well.
No, I don't lie. They're going up on their prices though.
But I'm saying
They're going up on their prices.
the illegal immigrants are their acceptance of taking a lower wage rather than a legal person living here in the United States. They're not gonna. I'm trying to use the correct verbiage.
You see over there fighting. You see over there fighting.
I want to say it bad.
Hey,
So,
listen.
Jawan, you was gonna say something on this.
And ends in a can.
What you was gonna say on this?
Oh, he good. He don't need it. Look.
Also, like, family dynamic, like, everybody here isn't here legally.
Right.
Exactly.
So it could break up people's families.
It will.
Niggas out here fucking immigrants. Niggas out here fucking immigrants.
Yeah. Everybody in here. Everybody in here knows somebody that's in the country illegally.
Like, his narrative is that immigrants are criminals and all that stuff. But
Right.
And drug dealers.
aren't here. Like, they just came through.
Right. And they doing like regular shit, right?
And
Right.
To break up a lot of family dynamics. Like, a lot of families aren't living 100% legal. We all do it.
That's true. That's true.
Who?
no, but
That's
but
true.
There's people that work
to
hard
his
and
point,
everything.
it's been made for us to feel like illegal immigrants are just running amok, eating pets and
everybody's
shit.
jobs.
No, they out eating
not the
pets
ticket.
and
It's not
they
the
doing
ticket.
all of this and they murdering, they raping. It's like, sure,
They're eating the dogs and they're eating the cats.
sure. Is everybody here in good faith? Absolutely not. But to put everybody in that
everybody in
position,
that
like
position is not
we
good.
know a lot of hardworking people. Some of these motherfuckers are literally seeking refuge.
Right.
Right.
Like
Getting
literally
away from the
seeking
country they're in, yeah.
refuge,
Yes.
not just like who the fuck is gonna travel 300-400 miles to go commit crime?
Right.
And that be your first nigga. I'm gonna commit crime right here. If I,
right.
What the fuck?
There
I'm
are
not
people
gonna
that are
blow a
coming to
budget to
this
go commit
country.
crime.
No,
It's just like it's Mexicans, people like that. No, you have European immigrants here.
Yeah.
you have a whole
Oh,
bunch
that's
of.
why you guys got mad that I said that.
You got some Africans over here too.
There's like a whole.
They trying to get married for a green card.
They offering 50K.
They literally
Would
are
you
coming here
get paid
because
50K
they
and someone want a little quick
feel
little
like
marriage?
it's gonna make a
married
difference
you
for
for
their
50K.
family.
No. For 50K?
Like,
How long?
like, I'm gonna be honest. For example, a
Y'all
lot
heard
of my
that, government?
family came from Mexico to come here because they're providing for our family.
Back home,
You
right?
said, I'm sorry, what's that?
My family,
Yeah.
my dad came from Mexico and came here illegally, who is now legally here. But he provided for all of our family,
Oh, shit.
and along with my uncles,
You
along
got
with
them
my,
all out of there.
I'm saying, like, it's like people come here to get money, they send it back to their countries.
Okay.
Like, they
Right.
have there's a reason why to be here. That involves being like doing crime and all this other stuff. So it's like it's just the knowing. And once again, as we're saying, it's like you want to complain that they're here, but yet when it comes down to having a type of duty or job needed, you go straight to them.
Right.
So it's like you only find them beneficial when you need them, and then once you're done with them, you want to trash them. It doesn't make any sense.
So why is Trump being the billionaire guy and all that, and that's who be hiring these people? Why do he want them out? I don't understand. It's not.
Because he's fucking stupid.
I think it's more
I think he's
like,
just speaking on it.
I think he just
I think he's
likes
just speaking
to
on it.
create havoc amongst
Yeah, I think so, too.
people too. I don't think a lot of the things that he says.
You said what?
You don't necessarily treat them well when they've been working at his estate.
That's true too.
Yeah.
True too.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not like it's like, oh, I'm treating you well and I'm trying to kick you out. No,
Yeah.
he didn't really care. He was trying to get free labor.
No, that's real. Also, they were saying how he started to build the wall, but I found out he didn't start to build the wall. He was
wall
just
been
fixing
built.
up the fence on the walls where they was already tore down.
Yeah.
That's what he was
We've
doing.
seen this movie
Propaganda.
before.
Yeah.
Why are we back here and
Right.
we're expecting a different result
Right.
from this guy?
Because
He's
people
not
only care
here
about
on the behalf of everybody. Again, Elon Musk is one of his biggest supporters.
He helped a lot with that
Elon
Twitter.
Musk
I'm never
doesn't-
buying a Tesla.
and you know that was something interesting to me. I was like,
Nah, so
damn,
he buys it for
all
me.
these motherfuckers is supporting Kamala, but y'all lined up to go buy them goddamn
Right.
Cybertrucks.
Right.
And Elon Musk was super out in the
Donald
open
Trump, he
about
was.
his Trump representation. I don't understand it. I
And
don't
I got something
understand
too.
it.
You probably don't want to hear it because it's from somebody that you don't, really like that. But Dr. Umar had put up a post.
Oh, you don't like Dr. Umar?
Nah, I don't fuck with him.
But
But
he said some shit in this, and I kind of liked it. I ain't gonna lie, but I get it. Everybody, when I posted it, everybody kept saying, "Well, where his school at?" I said, "Look, I don't care about the messenger.
again,
I'm just
but
listening to the message."
But the message.
But again,
Yes.
so them same black people that he criticized
Mm-hmm.
are the same ones that he's telling us we need to marry them or we ain't black. Make your fucking mind
What
up,
you
dog.
mean? What you mean married him?
He's pro-black, right?
Yeah.
So again, he'll sit down on this same couch and if you
Criticize.
sitting there and you got a white wife,
Yeah.
he gonna tell you gonna need a black wife.
Yeah.
And then he turn around today and criticize black women for supporting a black woman. Make it fucking make sense,
Make it
my
sense.
brother.
That's
Make
true.
it make
That's
sense.
real.
So like, yeah, you will put all of these words and make that shit sound like a motherfucking disco ball, and everybody like, ooh, that's some deep shit. Where is your fucking consistency?
Right.
Oh, that's real.
And I'm gonna keep saying it because again, you disrespected my brother. I don't give a fuck about nothing that you got to say.
Right.
I'm taking everything you say with a grain of salt. Pick your side of the fence. Either you pro-black and you gonna stand pro-black, or you pro-black as far as you want us to be pro-black.
Right. So I'm not even gonna read this. I'm just going ahead.
Yeah, I ain't, shut that
I'm
shit
not even gonna read
down.
that. Yeah.
Don't get that.
Yeah,
don't
we
give
here,
him-
bro.
This
Never
ain't
mind.
We here,
this
bro.
ain't this
Yeah.
ain't the this ain't the platform for
Yeah.
him until you know if one day we come sit down and we have a conversation.
Yeah.
And we
Would
get
you
some,
allow Dr. Umar on the show?
Yeah, we grown as fuck. What I'm gonna do? Fight him? Like, no.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
No, like,
Oh my God!
No,
if we're
we
all
grown,
dressed
man.
up in like
No,
African
we-
attire and y'all get to revel
No,
in that,
what it is with me about Dr. Umar, and every time that he comes up, I'll say it.
Hold on, talk
I
about
don't
what
go
happened?
out.
She's so stupid.
No, I don't go out my way to disrespect Dr. Umar. But when his name come up, I'm gonna speak my piece. Again, my brother died in a tragic accident, and you made it a
mockery.
You made it a mockery. You said it was a fucking conspiracy theory, and the government killed. Like, no, that's somebody I spent every day with. I really know dog. You don't know dog. Yeah. You didn't have the privilege of getting to know the person. I know the person. You know the idea of him. So for you to go out
That was
and
bullshit.
say,
I ain't like that either. He blocked me because of that.
Everything that I hear
don't
from
fuck
you,
with him either.
I hear it in that ear.
In that ear.
I ain't really trying to hear it. You just saying shit to get people excited like this.
Right.
You saying shit to get excited, but tomorrow you gonna be back on your pro black woman shit.
Yeah.
But you just told black women they motherfucking followers and sheep and all of this old other shit because they believe in what they believe
Come all
in.
over saying, yeah.
Like, where's your education? You supposed to have a school. You supposed to have all this shit. Educate then. Don't criticize. Educate. Because sometimes, like Holly just said, she ain't super political.
I'm not.
She not super political.
Me
Her
neither.
opinion is gonna go as far as how she feel.
Right.
She probably ain't gonna go into no deep fact checking shit. So
Right.
slow down for a second and give Holly some information before you criticize her.
Right. That's
He
real.
don't do that. He don't do that. You go straight to the top and you pop your shit and you get people excited, and then the next day you say some shit that's completely contradictory to that, and you want us to respect all of that shit. I don't respect none of it until I get some clarity for me.
No, that's
Okay,
real.
brother.
You know what I'm saying?
With that being said, we can close out this segment on
yeah,
the election.
No, straight up. But yeah, on some real shit, I'm glad everybody got everything off their chest.
Yeah.
We ain't on CNN.
Right.
We just citizens. We
Underground
got
Lounge, baby.
yeah, we just citizens. We got opinions, and it's fair for us to shed our shit.
Absolutely.
People gonna criticize us and say whatever the fuck they gonna say. They gonna want to have an argument. Cool,
I don't
let's-
give a fuck.
Let's march the
and
White
if I had
House.
another one, I wouldn't get that one to him. You dig what I'm saying? We citizens and we got opinions too.
Right.
So shout out to After Hours at the Lounge. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Check us out. I hope this was educational to y'all, and some of y'all can kind of feel how we feel.
And resonate
If
with
not,
us.
let us know in the comments.
Talk your shit.
We out.
All right, now I'm just gonna talk about
Oh,
some.
let's talk about
some ignorant
other
shit.
shit. 'Cause I don't want to talk about
He
no.
said, "Who's on the round table? I'm on my way."